I'm going to share a story on something that happened to me personally about not even a month ago, so a few weeks ago, close to a month now. We're coming close to a month. And I'll share the story, and then there'll be a few bits that you can probably take away, some learning points that we can all, take away from this story, inshallah, bi'idhnillah. I just had some really spicy food from work, ordered from a place called Wok first time, and there was fire. There was the chicken fire one, and there was the sweet and sour. I thought the sweet and sour would be sweet and sour, so spicy. But anyways, face is burning up. In terms of the story, it's related to my what do you call it? My accommodation at the Islamic University in Medina. So I'm currently in Medina to Munawwara, Alhamdulillah, as a student in the Faculty of Quran, Alhamdulillah, and Islamic Studies, Kulliyatul Quran wa Dirasatul Islamiyya. And when I moved over 2.5 years ago, each student gets their own accommodation, Alhamdulillah. This is one of the blessings, the ni'mah of this is one of the blessings of this is a problem when you record a video straight after eating a big fat meal, but one of the ni'mah, one of the blessings is that, subhanAllah, free of charge, all paid for. We get our rooms, we get our accommodation, we get a bed, desk, or a cupboard, wardrobe type of thing. And once when I moved here, I was at the the big furniture type of store, with a home store, and I saw my blanket, the big blanket that they provided for me. I saw it in the shop, and it was like, wallah, it was close to like £100, if I'm not mistaken. And I was just thinking, subhanAllah, that we should be grateful. You get students here always complaining, this, that. They've come for free, they haven't paid a penny, their flights have been paid for, and they haven't paid a penny, therefore they probably not even worked. It's just this complaining mentality and entitlement, as if you're entitled to everything when you haven't achieved anything. You're not making no effort. So you see people complaining and the rest of it, but then on the flip side, there's many that are grateful as well, alhamdulillah. And this particular, just seeing the blanket, it made me so grateful. These guys, they spent £100 for me. They paid for my blanket £100. This is like the smallest thing in the room. The other stuff would cost a lot. When you add everything up, they're paying for your flights, and they pay a lot for flights, probably like £1,000 sometimes, return, because they book it quite late, to be honest. So, we have to keep these things in mind. And like who would spend £100 on you? Even in the UK, the universities, they don't pay you a penny. You have to take out a loan. Yes, you do get the grants, but even that, I think they've stopped that now. You have to take out a loan, you have to sort out your own accommodation. Wallah, we should all be grateful for these blessings that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has bestowed upon us. Anyways, so obviously I moved into that room, and my roommate, he's a brother from Norway, alhamdulillah. And we got on. He then took that jail, which is, he deferred. So he went there for about a year. And my situation is that I had the room, but I'm currently in my own. I've got my own apartment, alhamdulillah, with my family. So for a few months I haven't been staying in that room. To be honest, I haven't been staying in that room, although I'm still entitled to the room technically, because I haven't brought my family on the official university visa. So they're in and out of the country. So they're on the 3-month visa, the 6 months. And this means that, I should keep that room because they might have to go at any time. So I've kept the room, although I hardly stay there. So in the last few months, I've hardly stayed there. That's me being honest. And then a new roommate came in. So that was fine, because my original roommate, I don't think he's coming back. Khairan, inshallah. So, and then what happens is this is the story basically. So what happens is, so anyways, the mushrif, the one that looks after the building, he knows. So I've got him on WhatsApp and we speak, and he knows my situation. He did question like, yo, like, why are you not staying here, this, that. And I told him, look, my family's here, but they're here on the 3-month visa, so they'll be going soon. And they did leave in December. But I kept this apartment because, you know, after living in a big apartment, then you can't, it's difficult to sort of move back. But my plan was to, you know, stay a few nights there. That was the plan. So, you know, he did ask me, and he said that's fine because they're not on the istiqdam, which is the formal through the university process, you know, where they stay here and they don't need to leave the country and the rest of it. He said it's fine, the rest of it. And then I'm in Dubai. I was in Dubai for about 12 days. بين الفصلين في الإجازة بين الفصلين, in the holidays between the 2 semesters. And the last day before I'm returning, the new roommate, he's from Somalia, he's messaging me, voice note, this, that, and he's saying, yo, there's some guy has come and he's taken all your stuff out, and he's literally this listen to this story. So he's taken all my stuff from the room, so my books, everything that's there, my food, whatever, not food, but I had a few bits. I had my washing powder, I had loads of books, I had some clothes, some thobes, towels and stuff like that. He's moved everything. My fridge, he put the fridge outside the room, my heater. Today is actually the coldest day in Medina. It's very cold. That's why I'm wearing the hoodie and everything. But he literally removed all my stuff, and he basically moved himself in. Now, obviously, let's not try to be all religious and pious, vexed. Like, and obviously, we're not happy. You can use whatever word you want, but we're not happy because that's rude and that's disrespectful as well. You can't just do that. You can't just do that. So, anyways, I don't want to say the little bits, but basically, I landed. I think I landed the same day. Yeah, I landed the same day, late, about 8 p.m. And then hired the car about 10 or 11, and then I went straight to the room. Now, on my way to the room, and this is the learning point for all of us, on my way to the room, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept from us, I need to make a decision now because he's wronged me. This guy, he's from Bosnia, he's wronged me. It's not accept, even if the idara, even if the administration have told him that take this room, okay, because I'm not present, courtesy is that all my stuff is there. You message me, you send a message or something, you don't just move my stuff. Wallah, that's very disrespectful. And I'll tell you the story, but so on my way there now, I need to make a decision because I wasn't too bothered about them. As I say, I hardly stayed there. I've got this place, Alhamdulillah. Now I had to make a decision basically, because what I can do now is I can go to the idara and I can cause a big fuss and I can say, no, that's my room and I stay there. Where do you want me to stay? I've just come back from holiday. This, that, cause a big fuss. But me doing that, I'm actually lying. I'm actually lying because I don't stay there. And technically, I don't need the room. Okay, so even though he's wronged me, so basically the point is that he's wronged me. So now most people would make sure they exact the revenge. So, they'd make sure they get the room back. And this is where Islam goes out the window. They don't look at themselves. They just look at what's happened on the outside. He's wronged me. Because I did get wronged. Okay, he's wronged me. So therefore, I have to get him back. And this is the moment where even religious or pious acting people, they fail. Okay? They put their emotions and they put their, I want the revenge. He's wronged me or she's wronged me. I have to get them back. Islam and everything else, they talk about Islam and this, that, it all goes out the window. And this is the decision I had to make because I could have kicked up a massive fuss. And I really did want to, your natural human instincts, the shaitan, your natural human instincts is to kick up the biggest fuss ever. and take back what's yours. That's my right. But in doing so, number one, I'll be lying my head off because I'll be saying, no, that's my room and I stay here and this, when I don't. And number two, we have to always be the big man. We have to always be the bigger person. And this is the other point that I want to make, that in life, you will come across situations. This is all life is about. You will come across certain situations. How you behave in that situation is basically, so your behavior in that situation is basically either you behave well and your rank goes higher both in the dunya and in the akhirah, or you behave like an idiot and you just stay the same for the rest of your life. And this opportunity comes many times in life. It doesn't just come once. We are always given different opportunities. We're always put under certain circumstances where we've been tested to see how we're going to react. And most people at that point fail. They do what's not right, what's not the best thing to do. Or sometimes they might just do something that's average. But in these moments, if you can be the bigger person, be the massive person, it's hard sometimes, okay? Forgiving someone and your ego and this, that. But when you be the bigger person, that's when your rank raises with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is in this dunya as well. In life, your status raises, because then you move to the next stage. You see many people, they face the same issues daily, weekly, monthly. They're going through the same problems. And they think in themselves, I'm thinking, but they think in themselves that why does this keep happening to me, the same thing? And it's because every time that thing happens to them, they behave in the same way. So they're just not improving and they're just not getting the lesson that's been taught. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He sends these lessons for us so that we improve ourselves. But if you're going to behave in the same way, reacting or overreacting or just doing the wrong thing basically, then you wonder why this same thing keeps happening, is because you're not being the bigger person. As soon as you become the bigger person, that thing will stop happening. And then you'll move to your next level and your status will be raised. So most people, they don't understand these kind of things. So, I'm not good at all. Let's just be clear. And I'm not saying that I did a great thing. It wasn't a great thing at all. But it's still, the reason I'm bringing this story up is because I bumped into one brother, Moroccan brother, Zak, from UK. He lived a few doors away, and I bumped into him outside the gym today. And I told him the story, and he's like, "Oh, you done the right thing." And this guy is bigging me up, he's gassing man up and stuff. So basically the point is, so I told him as well, I said, look, I'm not going to go to the Dara and start lying here. And number two is, this brother, he may be in need. Now, anyways, I walked into the room. This guy's sitting on the bed. Tell him, yo, what's going on? So obviously, we had a conversation. I told him, I said, you can't just, I can't just turn around and say, okay, keep the room and I'm taking my stuff. You still have to tell the person that what they've done is wrong. You have to make that very clear. So I made that very clear to him. I said, I'm not happy with what you've done. This is completely wrong what you've done. And he's talking about Islam, and I said, bro, don't talk about Islam when you've done stupid things like this. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying. Some people, they do stupid things and then they try to talk about Islam. Definitely don't try that with me. Do not try that with me. Like, I've seen all these type of people just acting. We don't accept them. We don't like that. So I'm telling him, like, you're talking about Islam, but what you did is wrong. And then after finally he said, you know what, I did wrong you. So I didn't tell him that I'm going to give up the room. I'm going to give the room to you. So I hadn't told him that. So on my way to the room, to the uni, I was thinking that, khalas, I make the decision that I don't need the room. I don't want to lie about keeping the room. I don't want to keep the room by lying. And this brother may be in need, so I'm going to give him the room. That's the decision I made, and khalas. So I didn't tell him though when I walked in that, oh yeah, you can take the room. I questioned his actions and the rest of it. And then he was quite sorry about it. And then it was funny because he realized that I'm in Kulliyatul Quran and he wants to join Kulliyatul Quran. So he felt a bit ashamed and embarrassed because he'll be seeing me there every day. But anyways, regardless, he said, I did wrong you and I shouldn't have behaved like this. And I told him straight, I said, don't talk to me about Islam when, don't talk to me about Islam. You're doing stupid things, and you're trying to talk to me about Islam. It doesn't make sense. So I told him, I said, khalas, however, and this is the bit that shocked him, and this is where he completely changed now. I said, however, I'm going to give up my room for you. I don't want to cause, I don't want to, this is your room and the rest of it. And, to be honest, he had a room. He already had a room. He was in no difficult circumstance. He did have a room, but he just wanted to be closer to the kulliyat, which is this is very bad behavior, to be honest. But, as I say, I made my decision. So I can get angry or start having him up and say this and do that. But I made my decision. So, but, that's on him now. I've left it to him and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I said, just do one thing for me. Just help me move all my stuff to the car. So he said, yeah, I'll do that for you. Obviously, we started talking and the rest of it. And then just before we moved all our stuff, alhamdulillah, all my stuff. And then just before I was going to get into the car and leave, he said, Allah will forgive me, but this is between me and you. Do you forgive me? And it's a difficult one because I'm vexed. I'm pissed. Sorry. I'm not too happy. And, I've had to move all my stuff, and that room was sentimental. That's why I kept it. The first place I stayed, and it's very nice and it's beautiful. Good times there, alhamdulillah. And as I say, it was right next to the Kulliyat al-Quran. So it was sentimental for me, and I've just moved all my stuff when I don't really have to. I don't have to. If I cause a fuss, then I'm getting my room back because my name is on the paper and the rest of it. But such was the case, alhamdulillah. And he said, do you forgive me? So I forgive the brother. I do forgive the brother. This video is not about me being great or just telling you the story for the sake of it. The point of this video is more around there's certain tests that will come at you in life, and you have to behave in the right way at that time. And we all know what's right. What's right is right. What's wrong is wrong. Sometimes people, they try to they try to play games and, oh, no. And, all this religious blackmail and all this stuff that, we're not born yesterday. What's right is right. What's wrong is wrong. And then there's also the highest level, which is doing even better. And that is what raises your status in life. I hope you found this video beneficial and interesting. And don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum.